Afternoon. Welcome to the weekend. This is a video which it's like I was going to do a review of the positions that I take in crypto related, but I actually thought that I would rather do a video format that looks at trading with the trend on lower time frames, because the majority of people in here are looking at trades on sort of the 5, 15, 30 hourly time frames versus swing trade positions. And the swing trade positions we cover off pretty well in terms of discussion points on why we take those. So I wanted to cover something off that looked more at lower time frame, how we catch the trend and how we play opportunity in the sort of conditions that we see now. So I'm just going to run through a couple of charts, and I'm aware I'm starting this as some of this is currently in effect. Let's take a naked chart for now, and we'll have a look at kind of what we're dealing with here and what we can look at playing on the back of. Very, very importantly, okay, when the trend is up, we only want to be taking longs. That's the very key message in here. So despite seeing me posting for short positions, okay, so despite seeing me saying I'm building a short here, that is a swing basis. That is a sort of daily, weekly time frame basis that I'm doing that. And it isn't something that I'm looking at sort of playing day trades on the same basis or thought process on. When I'm trading lower time frames, it's very, very important to look for signals where I can trade in the direction of the trend and catch some of the impulsive moves. And actually, we had a really nice one on ETH last night, which was demonstrated here. Okay, we had this region across here, and we had very clear trendline resistance that was working across this region. And what you've got to do is when you're looking at these regions, you've got to be very fluid in terms of how you're assessing price. So you're not coming at this with a bias in terms of, I really want to short this, I really want to short this. 4 hour looks overbought, the daily looks exhausted, etc. You're coming at this from the perspective of, on the time frame that I am looking at, what can I take advantage of? Where are the hold up points? Okay, where are we seeing some resistance? Where are we seeing some support? What is the strength of the current trend? And there's a few ways of determining that. So on ETH, for example, once we broke out of this region here, okay, we broke out of this bottom consolidation region, the trend just kicked in. Okay, the uptrend just kicked in. And all we're looking for is opportunities to join in with this. Now, there are a couple of ways of doing that. Number one is looking for bullish lower time frame divergences. So you're going to see this on the 5-minute and on the 15-minute. They tend to play out to the best strength that we can see. So you can see on this one here on ETH, okay, we've got this lower low here, clearer higher low on RSI here. Okay, so this is our long opportunity to join this trend. So what we don't do is we don't look at this 5-minute time frame. Okay, and we don't say, oh, holy shit, look at this breakdown, look at this dump, I want to short it. What we should be doing is anytime we see this, we should now be saying, okay, where is the opportunity for me to join the trend? Where is the opportunity for me to get long? And it was at this region here. So a 5-minute divergence is a very good way of moving into some of these more aggressive uptrends that we can see here on ETH, demonstrated really, really well. The other thing that I look for is things like this. So the 15-minute is a good example of this time frame. Is a constant batting against a resistance, either diagonal line or horizontal line. So where we're just going smash, smash, smash. Okay, because in the uptrend, this is going to give way. Eventually, this is going to give way. One of the mistakes that you can make in this region is viewing this as like a bearish structure. So you'd be looking at it something like this, and you'd be saying, okay, rejection, rejection, rejection. That means it's going to do this. Okay, trend is up, long positions only. What you're looking for is breakout. When you get the breakout, play the breakout. Okay, take profit above the last high. Here's your take profit, done. Trade's over. So we're very much looking at aggressively playing the time frame, and I'm just going to run through these ideas. It's not a hard and fast system. It's a case of you need to look at how you want to trade this, but I will certainly give you some ideas and overviews to how I look at approaching these levels. And if we look on lower time frame, let's take a look at Well, let's just pick another asset and see if we can find something. We saw Matic the other night, which was a really, really nice one. So Matic here created a bullish divergence in this region here across these lows. It pumped up 7%, took profit on it. We're always looking at exiting our trades early. Okay, we're looking at taking the impulsive move, taking a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7% move, taking profit and getting out of the trade. So here's another example, 5-minute bullish divergence in a strong uptrend. That's our opportunity to enter, and there's the move. Okay. Let's pick another asset on the 15-minute and let's take a look at BTC. Okay, so BTC is in an interesting spot here. As we know that what's above us at 8K, right? There's a resistance level above here. We're struggling to get above 7.6, but we keep on tapping into it. Okay, we keep on tapping in. So if this level breaks here at 7.6, there may be a potential breakout opportunity. We have to target the high. So we target this high, and then we'd look at getting out of the trade somewhere in this region here. So a couple of $100 scalp opportunity if this resistance, excuse me, if this resistance here finally caves in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. Lower time frame isn't dropping off. It's not going anywhere. There's clear support under here for buying. We're in a very strong uptrend, right? So where's our next opportunity? Potentially a breakout position here if we go to the upside. So we have to be responsive in situations like this as well. Let's take XRP. See if there's anything else. Okay, so XRP, another very good example here. Very, very similar setup to BTC. Very clear resistance level here. Okay, no candle closes above 1966 and a 4 on the end there, 19664. So no closes above there. Looks as though this lower time frame here is, yeah, it's just continuing to apply pressure here. Maybe a small diagonal trend developing here. Right, keeping us contained under this for now. So we're starting to see where the resistance is. We know that there's resistance above us horizontally here, and we know that there's resistance across us diagonally here on the 15-minute. So what we're looking for is, can we take advantage of one break playing into the other? So for example here, if we were to get a break of this level on XRP, can we take a long as soon as we break out from here? With the expectation that this level that's been tapped, however many times this is, probably upwards of 20 times, that this will now break, and we can look at riding this up to the next key resistance point. We'll take it to the high above here, and we'll take it to the 20. Okay, so this is like this is probably a 6% move here if this was caught. So on these lower time frame plays, we have zero bias, except, well, that's not true at all. Chill what you're saying. We have a very strong bias to long positions, right? We're always looking at how can we get into this opportunity? How can we get into this trend that it is unfolding before us? And if we're using like the 4-hour, it's really difficult because everything feels as though it takes ages for us to come back down and to get retests. Like here is a retest region for XRP. But, this could, who knows if this will happen, when this will happen. So instead what we're doing is we're using these lower time frames and we're looking for the potential opportunities to try and take longs. Okay, we're looking for when we have clear breakout points that are trend continuation signals for us and indications of strength. Like breaking through this region here on XRP would be an indication of strength for me. It's failed once, failed twice. If it breaks through here, that's an indication that buyers are coming through again. And we're breaking down some of these resistance points. So all of the time we're looking for where is the opportunity to join the trend? When is it going to be presented to me? And it comes from assessment of multiple touched regions. So horizontal support or resistance levels, how many times have they been touched and how is price reacting? So in this instance here, multiple touches and price isn't going anywhere, right? It's not seeing a big rejection down here. It's not going anywhere. It's holding support here, and it's just trying again. Fails, goes away, tries again. Bigger rejection this time, but comes straight back up, tries again, tries again, tries again. Okay, comes down again, tries. Right, so it's not going anywhere. This is just indicative of the trend strength that we're seeing here. So horizontal levels receiving multiple touches, diagonal levels receiving multiple touches. We need to make sure that the diagonals we're using have a good amount of confluence, right? We need to make sure that we're seeing rejections from the regions. Okay, we're seeing clear reaction to the diagonal line. It's not something that is we're kind of making up. Okay, it needs to have very clear rejections, like here on XRP. Touches, rejects, touches, rejects. Clear effort to keep price below this for now. So diagonal, horizontal lines, and lower time frame divergences. 5-minute divergences are very effective in uptrends. Like we saw in ETH, you basically would have longed like the 160 area and taken it all the way up here to 195, just on a 5-minute divergence. So utilize lower time frames and utilize the signals that you can see. And what you're doing is you're looking at playing relatively tight stops here, because you're catching or attempting to catch breakout plays. And we also need to be aware that with BTC and with ETH, we're very close to higher time frame key supply or rejection regions, from my perspective anyway. So what I need to do is I need to be very careful when I'm taking long positions around these regions, is not to get greedy. It's to take the profit after we clip the former highs. So after we take out a high like here, this would be an opportunity to take profit. And it's not to get greedy, because we are now into a region where we're going to start seeing some rejection. Okay, some stronger, higher time frame rejection. The last point to cover off with that thought process is don't get greedy, right? Don't get greedy. That's where I wanted to continue. I know I've already said that, but don't get greedy, because when we're looking at 15-minute and 5-minute time frames, it is highly unlikely that you have taken a position based off a 15-minute chart that is going to take us to 10K, 11K, 9K. It's very unlikely that you've taken a position based off the 5-minute or the 15-minute that happened to be the bottom of a 2.5K move. So don't get greedy. When your profit points are reached, take the fucking profit. You will get punished, especially in the regions that we're currently in on ETH and BTC. Right? It is going to punish you if you choose to hold on. Let's quickly take a look at another chart just while we're having a look here. So EOS is presenting a very similar picture to XRP. Very similar picture here. So resistance all through here, all the way across as well on EOS. Like this isn't just here, right? This is a resistance region all the way here. So price is just having trouble breaking through this area. But if it does, then we're just lining ourselves up to come and tap into this supply, very similar to the 8K region on BTC. But here's the pop, right? If this pop happens, it's an 8% move. We take our profit, we're done. But again, horizontal level up here. So let's tighten this up. Horizontal level here. Multiple touches in this region, multiple touches here, no rejection. It's not going anywhere. Price isn't forcing it down yet. Okay. And we're still keeping that upwards force here. And this is on the 4-hour time frame now. Come down to the lower, still happening here. Rejections, attempts, rejections, constant. Okay. This constant battle. Potential for a diagonal break here on EOS. Right, we have to see the reaction on this candle now, but potential for a diagonal break here. And if this is something we were looking at playing, simply what we do is we just take a position size that we'd be comfortable with here. We'd be looking at price cannot go below this wick now, Right, that has to be it for this. It could not go below here. And then we'd be looking to take it somewhere to the upside, okay, given what we know about this target region up here. And again, if we wanted to be slightly more aggressive, then we'd look at just placing our target just above these highs again. Okay, just take out the highs and take some profit off the table. So we're always looking for our opportunity at times like these. Okay, we're always looking for how do we get into the market. And I hope that the areas that I've discussed, the horizontal resistance levels, the lower time frame divergences, the multiple touches, the continued pressure, will give you some thoughts about how it's possible to join in on lower time frame to some of these trades and opportunities. So I'll round off there. Have a very good weekend. I will check in with you again on Sunday evening when we stream. So tomorrow night we'll cover off a stream, and I'll run through some of the trades of the week in there, so we can take a good look at how the week has developed, the trades I've taken, why I took them, and it will just be in reinforcement of some of the messaging that's happened in here. While I think about it, let's cover off one final thing, which is let's cover off this, which is Renko. So if anybody's currently using Sierra at points like this, be very aware of consolidation patterns like we're seeing here on ETH. Be very aware of these consolidation patterns. So what we're essentially seeing is these diagonal patterns forming, which again, in a strong uptrend, we would expect to break to the upside. Okay, be careful when your AO is starting to curl off and potentially turn back around. All right, so just be careful in these situations on Renko where we're still setting up for more upside. And some of your Renko charts, I know that within here, like we've had a bit of discussion recently about the 75 tick here, which is putting in the major divergence like the 4 hour is. Okay, this just confirms to us that we need to keep in mind that the next long we take, we can't be greedy because of the extension that we're seeing here already. But on lower time frame, if you're using Sierra, you can use exactly the same thought process that I was just speaking about from a candlestick perspective. Number of touches on a region, diagonal breaks, in order to take advantage of some of these longs. All right, that is it now. So have a wonderful weekend. Speak to you tomorrow.